Hello YouTube, how is everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I want to talk about the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC. And this DLC, some people really love it, some people hate it, some people feel so-so about it. I personally like the DLC overall, but regardless of how you feel about the DLC, this DLC, there is no doubt in my mind that this DLC is the most controversial DLC that has ever came to GTA Online. And the reason that it's so controversial is because this DLC is locked in over 50 something countries, and I believe there's even more on this list. I have an article here, and I'm going to read off the list of the countries where it's banned, but I bet that there's even more countries than on this list. But there's so many countries around the world where people go into the casino and they can't play any of the games. It says this feature is unavailable in your country. And I'm actually surprised that they even let them go in the casino at all. And they can't even play Spin the Wheel. With Spin the Wheel, there's no way you can argue that that's gambling because you don't invest anything in it. It's a free spin. You can do it once a day. It's not gambling, but even Spin the Wheel is locked. And now the question is, who did this? Was it Rockstar or was it these countries? I think it's a combination of both. It's mostly Rockstar because there's no way that these governments pay attention to this stuff like the GTA Casino DLC early on. They might notice it later, but there's no way that they were paying attention to it early on. Rockstar probably took a safety precaution and they just locked the casino in all these countries. They didn't even want to risk it. In a lot of these countries, it might have been perfectly okay with the casino, but just because of their gambling laws, Rockstar did not want to risk having the casino in there. Now, the big controversy is it gambling in GTA Online? Is the casino considered gambling? And the reason that that gambling question is brought up is because of the shark card issue. Because people could theoretically buy shark cards and then could use that money in the casino. Now, this is a matter of debate. Me personally, I don't really think it's gambling, and the reason I don't think it's gambling is because you could make that argument that it is gambling if they could let you withdraw a lot more. But you can only get 50,000 chips. That's the max that you can get. It's every hour, I believe, when you can withdraw 50,000 chips. So it's every hour. It's not like you can just withdraw $10 million chips. Like, if somebody could theoretically, like, let's say that somebody bought a $100 shark card for $8 million. That's around the pricing on the $8 million shark card right now, right? They could go and buy that shark card, and then they could get $8 million in chips, and then they could lose it all in a few minutes just making, like, ridiculous bets. The game only lets you do a maximum of 50,000 bets. You can double down in certain games and bet up to 100,000, but 100,000 is roughly the max bet that you can make in the casino. So you can't make higher bets than that, but if you could actually make bets much higher than that, and you could buy a lot more chips, I think the argument could be made that it's gambling, but Rockstar took safety precautions in that, and I don't think this update is really encouraging you to gamble either. I mean, a lot of people, they could just buy the penthouse and they could buy the cars and they don't even have to do the gambling. You know, they get plenty of money just from the missions alone. The missions will pay you like $1 million something when you complete all 6 of the story missions, and you also get a free car at the end. But the question is it gambling? Now that's for you, the viewer. You, the viewer, decide. Don't let me sway you there. You as the viewer should decide whether you think it's gambling. So let me read a little bit of this article and what it says here, and I'll also link this article down below in the description, but it says, it's a bitter pill to swallow for those that were eagerly anticipating the long-awaited GTA Online casino update. Entering the casino, buying a penthouse, playing missions, and everything else that the new update has to offer is fine, yet it's specifically playing casino games that some players are unable to do. Despite using GTA dollars and not real money, which we'll come on to in a minute, some governments still consider it gambling. Whether they are right or wrong doesn't matter, as Rockstar are always going to comply with a country's laws. So like I said, Rockstar is taking a safety precaution and they're just restricting the gambling in game in these countries, and they're doing that just as a safety precaution so that they don't get in trouble with these other governments. But I'll tell you something strange. My country, the US, gambling is also locked in 2 areas. I believe that the state of North Carolina and the state of Hawaii. So in North Carolina and Hawaii, I don't think that you can play in the casino in this game. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody here is from North Carolina or Hawaii or currently residing there, please let me know in the comments down below if you're able to. But I heard that from a few people that in North Carolina you can't gamble either. So in my country, largely you can in the casino, but there's 2 states where you can't. Now, the article goes in and says, is it really gambling, though? That's a tricky question, but in the eyes of the law, yes, GTA money or dollars can be directly purchased using real money and not just earned online. This is where it becomes somewhat of a gray area, as although the money can't be converted back into real currency, it does have real monetary value. As a result, it can be interpreted as gambling a bit loosely. Now, you could, like I said, theoretically use real money that you converted into shark cards in the casino, but the amount that you bet in the casino and the amount that you can buy in shark cards, like I don't think that somebody's gonna buy a $100,000 shark card just to gamble it in the casino. I don't think that something like that is gonna happen. And a lot of the businesses that we have in this game, it's relatively easy to make money back. But that's the problem is with the gambling is governments are gonna see it as gambling. I personally don't think so because while somebody might be investing real money in it, you don't really get anything back. You just get virtual currency. And the thing is, though, if we look at another game, Red Dead Online. In Red Dead Online, there's poker, so you can play against other players in poker. But even though there's poker in the game, the thing is locked in other countries. And the reason I'm saying this is because in Red Dead Online, you play for cash when you play poker in that game. And in that game, the microtransactions are gold bars. It's a separate currency. It's not like shark cards where you buy a shark card and you get cash. Cash is the only currency that you have in GTA Online. In Red Dead Online, there's two currencies, gold bars and cash. And the gold bars, you do not gamble for. You don't gamble for that. You gamble for cash in Red Dead Online. So you're not gambling with money that you could have purchased. All the money that people are gambling with in poker, in Red Dead Online, it's money that they earned in-game. But yet that feature is still locked in so many countries. I've had so many people message me, hey, I can't play poker in Red Dead Online. And I've even had it happen to me on GTA Online. I read a lot of comments on this issue. And one comment I remember, it stood out to me. And I felt really bad. I felt really, really bad when I read the comment. But the comment said, hey, professional, I can't play the casino. It says this feature is not available. I think my game is glitched. What do I do? And I just felt really bad when I read that comment because, the guy didn't realize that you can't gamble. It's not a glitch. It's just that it's restricted in his country or region, wherever he was. But it's just unfortunate. So here I have a full list of the countries where it's banned. And if I mispronounce any of these countries' names, I apologize. I'm doing my best here. And I'll also have the countries' names above. But the countries where you cannot gamble in GTA 5's online casino are Afghanistan, Algeria, American Samoa, Argentina, Azerbaijan, Bahamas, Bhutan, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Belarus, Brunei, Cambodia, Cayman Islands, China, Cuba, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Ecuador, Greece, Iceland, Indonesia, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Libya, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Maldives, Mali, Mauritania, Malta, Malaysia, North Korea, Oman, Pakistan, Paraguay, Peru, Poland, Portugal, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, South Africa, South Korea, Sri Lanka, Sudan, Syria, Taiwan, Thailand, Tuvalu, United Arab Emirates, Vietnam, and Venezuela. So there's a lot of countries here where people are just unable to gamble. They go into casino and they can't experience it. They can't experience the casino to the full extent. And I'll tell you something. Even though I'm enjoying the update and I like this update and I'm going to have a review of this update coming up, but I think it's a giant mistake. And the biggest mistake in this update, the biggest mistake that Rockstar made is that they added no business to the casino. They should have had some kind of business with it. They should have had the gambling and the business alongside it. Because when you do a lot of the story missions, they act like you're an owner of the casino, even though you're technically not. But they should have had some kind of business aspect where you maybe buy like a share of the casino, and you can also make money from the casino, but you can also gamble. So you don't fully own the casino, but you own a share. They should have had something like that, some kind of income. Even if it's like nightclub income, they still should have had some kind of income. And the reason that they should have had that income is so that it's for those players. For those players that cannot gamble, they at least have a new business. So if they can't gamble, they at least have a new business. But for other players that are in these countries and they can't gamble, that's like 80% of the update down the drain. That's literally what it is. Sure, they can play the new story missions. They can play those, and they can drive some of the new cars. But what's the point of going in the casino if you can't gamble? And they can walk around the casino and they can watch all these players play and having fun, but they can't play themselves. And it's, it would make them feel like crap. Personally, me, if I was in that position and I couldn't play in the casino and I saw all these other players playing, I would say, this update really sucks. Rockstar didn't do anything for me. Rockstar should have done something extra on this update. They should have given people who can't play the casino, they should have been given something to do. They have the penthouse, sure, but just not more than that. So let me know down below, what do you guys think about this? I think that for the people who can't play, they should have been able to do something in the casino, some kind of business, something else extra there. But unfortunately, they don't have a business, and the casino work, I guess those are new missions in free mode, but they don't really pay well, and most of the currency you get in chips in that mission, and you can't even gamble with that. So it's unfortunate. I think they really should be able to, because like I said, the max bet that you can make is 50,000. The most amount of chips that you can take out is 50,000 per hour. So I don't really, me personally, just how I feel, I don't really consider it gambling. But let me know what you guys think down below. And I personally don't like it. The idea of government getting involved in video games like this. This is a video game. I understand gambling is a controversial thing. I'm not denying that. And, you know, each country has their own laws. And I'm not going to say whether gambling is right or wrong. I'm not taking a stance on that. But what I am saying is that this isn't a video game. They have gambling here in a video game. There's no real reward for it. It's virtual currency in the game. And the controversy is with the microtransactions. I mean, what Rockstar could have done is they could have made it so that shark card money could not be used towards the casino, but shark card money can be used towards the casino. At least they could have wiped out that controversy, but maybe they couldn't do that. Maybe they couldn't really track the shark card money. But let me know down below, what do you guys think? If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, jump in and subscribe. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.